Back in 2022, a small and wacky-looking car called McMurtry Speirling smashed the Goodwood Hill record with a time that remains unbeaten to this day, 39.08 seconds. That thing was just a prototype, a preview of something that was presented this week in production form, and with a name to match, Speirling Pure. It's a relatively new company called McMurtry Automotive that's responsible for this design, an electric hypercar that has been specifically and exclusively imagined as a track weapon with F1 levels of performance. As it gets ready to take the production version of the car to the 2026 Goodwood Festival of Speed next week for a static show and tell, McMurtry saw fit to let us all in on what the production version Pure is all about. And you should hold on, as this is going to be one wild ride. According to the two men behind this idea, Sir David McMurtry and Thomas Yates, the prototype that broke the Goodwood record was just a taste of what the production version has to offer in terms of, well, everything. That's because a lot of changes, from visual ones to powertrain tweaks, are on deck. Up to 95% of components, we're told, are better than they used to be. Overall, the Speirling Pure retains the general shape and almost dimensions of the prototype. Built on a carbon composite chassis, the single-seater, closed cockpit design comes with a slightly increased wheelbase, now 2.2 meters, a hinged secondary door, and a swan neck-style rear wing. The builders of this racer installed headlights to allow people to race at night, if they so desire, but also indicators, hazard lights, brake lights, and main beam flash as track day safety features. The increase in dimensions was required because the new Pure also packs a larger battery, rated at 100 kilowatt hours, way up from the previous 60 kilowatt hours. It's a piece of hardware that can be recharged from 20 to 95% in up to 60 minutes, depending on ambient temperature and charger power. Not ideal, true, in terms of time, but McMurtry developed a 100 kilowatt hour storage, 120 kilowatt output power bank, that allows the car to be charged by any conventional three-phase pit garage source. When full, the battery pack on the racer should allow it to keep running up to 31 miles at LMP, 2 race car pace. Again, not a very encouraging number, but do keep in mind this is a race car we're talking about. The new battery pack feeds a pair of new Helix drive motors that have a combined output to the rear wheels of 986 horsepower. Enough for a 0 to 60 miles per hour acceleration time of 1.55 seconds, and a top speed of 190 miles per hour. The transmission that handles the electric motors has been improved as well, but we're not told exactly what the changes are. Separately, McMurtry reveals it moved the cooling system from the rear to the front, increased regenerative braking energy recovery to 200 kilowatts, and tweaked the suspension system. The car now rides on slightly wider slick Michelin tires on both ends, and those stay in constant contact with the track surface, aided by an insane amount of downforce, 4,400 pounds. This is available from 0 miles per hour and means the car can be driven at 3G in corners and under braking. Inside the very small cabin, the Speirling Pure features a single seat that can be tailored specifically to the dimensions and needs of each driver. Depending on likes and desires, the seat can be specified in a variety of colors, stitching, stripes, and logos, just like the steering wheel and dashboard trim. The cockpit of the racer is a bit Spartan, as aside from the seat, it only holds a racing-style steering wheel and a central screen that keeps the driver in the loop with the car's parameters. McMurtry says that, after its presentation at Goodwood next week, the electric racer will head on to the Quail in Monterey, California on August 14th. Soon after that, production will likely begin, as the company promises that deliveries will begin by the end of the year. The starting price of the McMurtry Speirling Pure is not for the weak-hearted. In American dollars, the Brits are asking for $1.3 million, and that's without the extensive customization options available. We're promised no two cars will be the same, and without taking into account local taxes, shipping, and options. The Speirling has been specifically engineered to take part in competition events, the likes of Global Time Attack in the USA and European Time Attack Masters, but also race-inspired events like the GT1 Sports Club. Naturally, track days can easily be enjoyed with the Pure as well, with things like traction control, ABS, and Brembo braking hardware on deck to make sure nothing goes wrong with the drive.